Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Chair Softer Show. Just me this week. Joe is preoccupied, and Keith has had to go away on family business for the evening, so unfortunately he won't be joining us. But Samwise is here, Samwise Photography.
Hello.
So, good evening to you,
Stuck with
Sam.
me for the evening.
Yep, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, first off, just before we get into it, just do a little brief introduction of yourself.
So I'm Sam. Obviously, I photography. As simple as that. Doing airsoft photography for the past 5 years now. So varied. A few big events over the past year. Do a few more this year. There's a few things in the pipe. But yeah, so I started. That was when I first started playing. And then a year or so, I can't remember who it was at jail one, and there was a photographer there. Ever since I'd seen, I thought, that's what I want to try. So to skirmish some photos, and it stemmed from there. I did, and just took photos every week. Reason to see how photos were then and to how they are now developed. There you go.
All right, cool. We're just having a few things with regards to your connection. We've just had some comments in regarding your connection, so I'm not sure if there's something we could potentially try to restore that.
See if I can.
Cool. We'll try and deal with that one. Thanks, Ludmil. We'll try and get that one sorted. And yeah. In the meantime, just want to quickly, while he's dealing with that, I just want to make a little bit of an announcement. So over the Christmas break, we sat down with Craig. Unfortunately, Craig has decided to leave the Chair Softer show. It's not a decision he really took lightly, but he just sort of said it wasn't really for him. So, yeah, unfortunately, Craig will no longer be joining us on the live streams, but we wish him all the best. He's a sound guy, and I'm sure we'll see him around at some point. And I've always said as well, if he wants to come on and talk shit, he's more than welcome. So, yeah, we're very sad to see Craig go, but hopefully we'll have it in the future. Other than that, yeah, not a lot really to go on with the news this week. We're sort of holding off with the news because short shows next week, so people are going to be holding off with their announcements until then, I would have thought. Yeah, so next week, short show episode, but we'll come on to that towards the end because this is more about Sam. So hopefully he's working on his internet connection at the moment. Battling from the looks of it.
It's yeah, it's not the easiest. This is my major backend.
Yeah. This is the trouble when you're doing things live. We've got technical issues galore that we're battling with, but we'll... Lenny, good evening. I hope you are well. Good to see you on. Yeah. How is everyone? Well, Sam's trying to sort his thing out. How are we all? Yeah, he's back. So
hang on, 2 seconds. I might go again.
Okay. Never deal with kids, animals, or internet on live TV. It seems. Adam. Speaking of that, which I've just sent you a message on Facebook. So yeah, what we're going to do tonight, if people want to jump in, they're more than welcome. Drop me a message on Facebook, and I will send you the link over. And we just want people to jump in, shoot it with us. We're going to potentially have one jumping in a minute as a tester of this. But yeah, if you want to jump on, talk shit about airsoft while Sam's sorting his connection out, and then jump in the conversation as well, then by all means, I'll drop you a message, just click on the link, jump in, it should connect you up, and then we'd be good to go. So what else has been going on? There's been loads of drama recently as well. There's been loads of drama in airsoft. What the fuck's going on with that? Like we've had a site recently that were accused of pushing another site out, which that was bullshit anyway. So fuck knows what happened with that one. And then there was the drama around a certain airsoft YouTuber today that's been kicking off all day. I don't know if you've seen that one floating around at all, Sam.
No, go on, fill me in. Is my connection better now?
Basically, a post was made about this certain airsoft YouTuber, who then decided to throw accusations at the group about it, which were completely. I don't even need to name names. I don't know anyone here, but we know who it is. Lenny will definitely know who it is.
Yeah, is it the usual suspect?
Yeah, this is it, and it was just like, what? Why is everyone just going mental at the moment? It's like we've only had a couple of weeks off. I could understand a little bit when people were getting out of COVID because they were all sort of pent up from being locked in for 3 months or whatever it was the first lockdown. But it's like now, it's just like, why you've had 2 weeks? Ludmill's saying he doesn't know. He doesn't think that's the story, though. I'm trying not to get into details because there's been issues here. There's been issues with this individual from my part before, which I tried to sort of leave in the past and just move forward with. You know, at the end of the day, it's done. It's done. I can't be arsed with him. I don't need to. If he wants to talk about anything, he can. My messages are always open. Although he'll probably clip this and edit it into one of his little videos illegally, like he likes to do.
Get him on now. Send it. So this is the.
I'd rather not. I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered with it. Honestly, I cannot be bothered with doing some Jerry Springer stuff on this show. It's just, this is someone I used to get along with really well as well. That's the funny part of it. And it's just like, Lenny saying, Lenny coming back with, I dislike YouTubers in general. It's no secret. Yeah, so what it was basically, the whole drama today, someone posted some photos up from an event that this individual attended to a group. Because he was in some of the photos, the whole thing got denied. And then he decided to kick off about it on his pages, on his socials. We have an Adam joining us.
Hello.
Hello. So, yeah. Keith suggested you to try this out with as well. He's been obsessing for the last week about getting you on the show.
A guinea pig.
Well, it's also a good test for you for next week as well.
Yeah.
Because you'll be joining us next week on the show. But yeah, while we seem to have a decent internet connection with Sam, I think really and truthfully we'll get into things with Sam. So, Samwise Photography, if we just go over the where it all started again, just because it was a little bit broken.
Yeah, through an entire sentence this time. Although for some reason I can't see.
You can't see the connection's going again, isn't it, Adam? Or is that just me? It's dropping again. It was literally fine for ages.
I've literally the only way. I live, essentially it's a converted shed, phone signal. So I've had to put the phone on the windowsill in a last ditch effort to try and fix it. I thought it still won't work. Did I miss that entire block of having a good, not having a good connection?
Well, I mean, really and truthfully, to be fair, I think the photos that you do speak for themselves. Really, I've seen you at an event. Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, it's always been a thing with me. Photographers can tell a story with a photo. At the end of the day, you've just got that one image to tell a story, and I mean, yeah, even then he's saying you need to move to a stronger location. Is there anywhere else we can go for your connection?
There isn't a stronger location. This is it. This is. I'm at the desk. There isn't one.
Ah, dear. Yeah. What if you just if we just went to audio? So if you can disable your camera, potentially we'll try that because that might we might be able to get that off better with the audio. Sounds a bit better there, Adam. Does that sound better your end?
Yeah, it sounds good my end. It's probably better because it's not having to deal with video as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're not streaming the video. So let's try that. We'll see how we get on.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, fucking hell, you took some photos that I came across your photos, like actually being in them as a subject, for want of a better term, at AI 500, the second attempt in Dover, which you weren't at that one, were you, Adam?
No, I missed that one.
But I mean, if it can make it look like I'm actually knowing what the hell's going on and what I'm doing, even though no one really knew what was going on at that event, he must be doing something right at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I mean, our team were clueless. It was just a case of we're outnumbered by about 50 players here. So we've just got to throw numbers into certain areas to try and
I think I was still wet from the first AI by the time the second one came around.
Well, that was it as well, because it was like complete polar opposites, because the first one you weren't out, I don't think, were you, Sam?
No.
The
plan. For the first AI, I'd read the organizer about months beforehand, saying the photography further than Skirmish Lutterworth, where I started, and I said, how would you feel about having a photographer? And I don't charge you, I charge players. You can have, and essentially he turned around and said, no, we don't want one. So I was like, that's fine, that's not a problem. I'd already bought tickets, so I was planning on something cropped. I can't remember why I didn't go. That was a reason. Then I saw it was a complete write-off. Like it's the first time. It's the same story where the sites, they don't know how it's going to run. So I missed that one because it sounds like it would have been a waste of time for me. And a few months later, Paul rang me and said, do you want to come and do the photos for the next one? The amount of players that AI gets, and it's a shame that they only managed to in the end for the second one. Better in terms of movability, but the problem is it was so on one side with 150, and then but they get good pictures. But yeah, I think it's based about the first one. The second one seemed better. It seemed much more. They ironed out a lot of the things that I'd seen, and it seems to be the same. They always iron out all the problems on the second one. But did you go to both?
I went to both. Although, even though I only managed to get one day in each of them, because the first one, my kit was fucked after the first day. and I mean, it was still soaked through on the Sunday morning. I mean, Adam will tell you, I even stayed at the hotel, and my kit was that wet, you could literally wring it out in the bath.
Yeah, I ended up
and
putting my wet kit back on the Sunday.
Yeah, I'd had it hanging up all night, and I was like, mate, I can't. Excuse me. I was like, I cannot play in this. At the end of the day, like it's just like going back out in wet kit. It's not going to be a pleasant experience. Although, as it turned out, the weather was absolutely glorious on the Sunday from memory,
Yeah,
weren't it? It was just the Saturday.
It was all right.
But then you went to the opposite one last April, and it was actually really warm all day. You know, the weather was lovely. It was a glorious days of airsoft at the end of the day.
It was incredible.
But then at the second one, I ended up getting COVID on a Sunday and had to come home from it. So that was interesting.
What?
Not
ideal. That's what happened to me with me and the one. I forgot when it was. October came home.
It was October 21, wasn't it?
What? The no, Week Street.
The first one.
The one.
Week Street.
The one at the shopping centre. We came home on the Saturday. My partner came because she's my assistant at all my photos while I'm out taking photos. She didn't feel very well on the Monday. It's because we've both been in an old building, so it started to dust and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I had gas leaks,
and then fairness. In all fairness, it did like even I thought very good. And then Wednesday morning, at that moment, at like literally half an hour after another guy that was there saying, "Oh, I've just tested positive for COVID. Heads up," because I was too late, mate. I'm already there. So, but I think quite a few came back with the wheat sheaf one because it's so enclosed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did look a super close site. It's Keith. It's actually Keith's local, or was Keith's local shopping centre, and I think he said he could walk from one end to the other in about 30 odd seconds.
Yeah, he'd sort of warned me about that. He said I was looking at going, and he just basically went, "Mate, honestly." He was like, "It's not even worth it because it's just such a tiny site. You can't really get out and do anything there. You're just going to be sort of sitting on each other for the rest of the event, kind of thing." So yeah, it put me off going, and I mean, from what I heard, it was probably better that I didn't go. At the end of the day, from the feedback. But yeah, so we were saying about a picture speaks 1,000 words. I've actually dug out the photos that you managed to snap of me, just to show really what sort of thing you do. At the end of the day, I'd actually re-downloaded the link. But I mean, where are we? Here we go. Let's go to. That was open. There we go. And to get photos like that in a game, you've got to be doing something. And this was this moment was hilarious because
there as well.
What was happening? I had to get down because I had fire coming in from one of the buildings on. As you're looking at the photo, on my left hand side. There, so I'm laying down on a bank trying to keep out of that. And there were guys over to the right where I'm aiming, and literally their BBs were just literally skirting all around the outside of me. And I'm just like, they're going, I'm hitting you. I'm like, mate, honestly, like, do you not understand the trajectory? The minute one actually made contact, I was like, yep, there you go. That's it. You've got there. But this bank was, it was like one of the only safe spots that we actually had for a while during the event just because of it. But even then, there's safety brief shot. I was actually paying attention at this point.
Who knows? I take the safety brief shots.
Yeah, it's the fact that you just sort of blend in. I didn't even know this photo existed until after that weekend. I didn't even see you. But then all of a sudden I looked through, and then these photos are turned up. That's another angle you've managed to grab. Oh yeah, I forgot about the armbands as well. We had to wear these black armbands to show that we were like the section commanders, so people knew who to go to for things. But even like here, you've got the stereotypical airsofter on the left there, just like, yeah, what's going on? I mean, you're trying to get ready to go out because they made. You'll probably remember from the first one, Adam, this corner at the bottom of this building, there was like a big open area next to it. And they made it a no-shoot zone on the second one, so literally you couldn't shoot across that entire open area. But then it was like you had to breach around the outside. I've got one. I've had a question in for you already, Sam. I dabble in photos myself. What editing software do you prefer to use? Sorry, Lenny, I missed that one.
So I use at the minute Lightroom for all the and post processing, and then so if I need to do, I've just done posters for an event. So all my posters go through Photoshop. I don't use anything else. Some people have said to use. There's a few things I want to explain. At the minute, Lightroom works. I've got all my over the past photography. So at the minute, it's all. I don't want to break anything by change. Why I don't need to break it. Those are my two go-tos. I think that's two that photographers go to anyway. I think that if you what a good software is for photography, I think now Adobe Lightroom or Adobe Photoshop.
So Lightroom or Photoshop, I was getting there, just in case it didn't go through. We're still struggling with the signal here, I'm afraid. We're trying to. I'm just actually trying to think what else we could do, really, because I don't feel like we're giving you the full justice that you deserve on this. I don't know.
I'm just going to try something because through AirPods.
Oh, that fatal thing that everyone says in Airsoft. I'm just going to try something.
These AirPods went through the wash, and I'm one pods that don't work. So hang on, let me.
Okay. Right, we'll just try this out. You may need to leave and rejoin, Sam. So we'll come back to you in a moment. In the meantime, yeah, it's always nice having those photos. I mean, it's one of those things. Adam will know, especially we're always looking for the photos for the gram.
Absolutely.
At the end of an event. I mean, as I said earlier as well, they tell a story of your game day. You know, like you can see all the photos that we had from the Dover. You can sort of see that there's loads of action going on in them.
Yeah, there's always firefights.
Yeah. Although the first one, it was more you had you didn't know if you were getting hit by the BBs or if it was the rain because it was that horrendous, weren't it? On the Saturday.
Yeah, it was a bit treacherous, let's say.
But it's not just all about AR500. I've gone on about that. Lenny raises a valid point here. Problem with taking the photos is you rarely get any of yourself.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
It's, therein lies the problem. It's to the same level that I. It's usually Jasmine does all my photos for me.
Yeah. This is it, you know. If you're behind the camera, you're not in front of it getting involved in the firefights, are you, at the end of the day? So, yeah, I could get a point with that one.
Do you find you get much time to shoot, Sam? Other than shooting snaps?
I'm trying to. Here's the problem I'm faced with every weekend. It's any better, by the way, because I've turned off the AirPods.
The sound-wise, yes, the connection's gone down to a red bar at the moment.
Oh, okay, right. I give up with that then. So yeah, it's whenever I decide I want to go on, it's costing me money. I either go out and shoot, but then it's been more money not to go and take photos. So it's just, occasionally, rather than playing full game, I've got a HP pistol, and I can take that in the car with all the cameras room. So I'll just pull a pistol out for a game and rack up after that one. But I'm trying to get out to other sites. The more I meet more site owners, to do photos at other sites. I really want this year. But yeah, I'd love to play more. Ghost outfit going on, Warfare, which I'm particularly proud of. In the next year,
are they the ones you posted pictures of recently?
Say again.
Did you post some pictures of that outfit recently?
Yes. So my other account is Samwise or Samwise.Tactical UK. It started as a Halloween costume for the Halloween event, because that's where I'm. And then I 3D printed the mask. Did all this is a really cool. This is costume. So I've just decided to just go all out. I've spent.
Yeah, I don't blame
you. All projects that I can build up, and the idea things like Comic-Con more and doing photos. It means I can go to Comic-Con in my ghost as a cosplay and take photos at the same time.
Ironically, I go to Comic-Con as a Ghostbuster.
Oh, amazing!
Oh, fucking hell. I couldn't make this shit up, could you? You couldn't. Right.
That sounds like the.
Oh dear. Do you ever consider maybe sort of like doing Facebook apps? Sorry, not Facebook. I'm looking at Facebook at the moment. Do you ever consider doing photography outside of airsoft so you could get out and play more, maybe? Or is that not really your jam?
It's funny because the idea is I really want to try and do. So I've just launched a brand new web. It launched a couple of weeks, well, about a week where it went live, but I did the proper announcement about 2 days ago, trying to get people to leave reviews, feedback. So, I mean, I've done, I've photographed pretty much anything you can think of, and I did a narrowboat. Did some for someone that has a narrowboat business, has a fireworks display company. Photos for them. Up on room. What else have I done? Also, branch out and do more full-time job at the same time. So trying to find is the right pain in the ass.
I had a question here.
Oh,
he's gone. I saw you went to Comic-Con. How was the experience photography-wise? Did people get funny with you?
So no, really, because I didn't speak to anyone because I was. It's so con I'd ever been to was London, and it was a friend that he's a cosplayer. And I did a thing I sent across. He does the samurai one. He was my tester, assessing it. And they turned out to be one of the best. So we, so the three of us went to Conran and Jasmine, and we saw halfway through, and I wanted to go and try and just get some pictures. And we went outside. It was 30th, like it was so overwhelming. I had there because
Yeah.
they're just all is the the best. So I didn't really. I just sort of took pictures around and didn't speak to anyone. There's a section outside that with all these trees. So we wandered around there for a bit. Oh, can you take a picture and things like that? When I go and hopefully whatever the next MCM comic, I'll take the full lighting kit and do it that way and go away if they don't want photos.
Yeah. Another one coming. Would you travel around to take photos? I've noticed some airsoft photographers have recently been doing that to increase their following and audience. Well, I suppose you already do that to an extent if you've been travelling around to the AI as well.
I mean, AI is all over the place. I mean, I live in the East Mid. Nice. It's a quite good spot to be in because it doesn't matter really where anything is. Everything is about 4 hours.
Everything's achievable, isn't it?
Yeah. So I don't know, it's not a big problem. AI, there was Dover, and then that was about 4 hours drive. Then the opposite was about 2.5 hours. We've got Cam in March. That's about 3 hour trip. It's worth it. If
Are you doing the Dirty Dog game in Feb?
Possibly. Possibly. Well, I probably won't take. If we do, I'm not 100%. Depends what I do. I'll be playing because I know a photographer that I think is it the owner that takes.
I'm not sure. I just know it's the Airsoft Ladies game that day.
Yeah, the owner takes photos at Dirty Dog and just posts it up.
Oh, is that Richie Shoots? Is it?
Possibly. I'm not quite sure, but I know that every weekend there's about 800 photos that go up that evening, which is fine. But I can't.
I suppose you've got to be careful not to tread on toes, haven't you, as well, to some extent.
And of all there's a few airsoft photographers in particular. Josh from Creos, who's down south. Project that's actually literally about half an hour. All quite careful not to step on each other's toes. But I mean, we're all quite a decent. Got our own sort of thing going on. There's Josh at Creos, there's NAF, so I've got AI, so he won't touch AI. We've all got our thing going on, and there's not there's like local site that will go out with a camera that are maybe a month, pictures here and there. Sites tend to have those, but then you've also got those that are actual airsoft photographers, and we're all in a group chat on WhatsApp. So doing what week, and we usually never had to worry about stepping on someone's toes and no one's toes.
That's good then. It's good that you've got that working relationship.
And I think that, I mean, there was a few weeks ago where Warhound and Dan from Warhound came as well, and both of them came up with us taking photos. And I was like, so I actually have someone to take photos of me for a change. So in the ghost outfit, it was great. and if I went to another site, am I right to take photos? Well, usually I
We got here. I think Airsoft doesn't have enough decent photographers. Some sites don't even take photos. I mean, yeah. I've been to sites that they don't take photos, and you sort of sit there and you go, oh. You have to sort of go out and make your own effort, get your phone out mid-game to try and get a photo of your mates. We do, as Adam remembers Callie, you do what she does and you just decide to bugger off to a different part of the game zone, get your photos taken for an hour and then come back and go, what the hell's going on?
Wonder why we're losing the objective, because we haven't got enough people.
Yeah. Oh, Callie wants her photo taken again. Fuck's sake. God, that's words I haven't. That's 3 words I haven't actually used since 2019ish. In the same sentence.
Has it
For
been that
fuck's
long?
sake, Callie. Probably even 2018 since she came out.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be.
Well, I was looking the other day. It come up. It was 2019 when I flew out to Kev's event in the States. So that's how long ago things are already, kind of thing.
And there's me sitting charging batteries here, ready for Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not coming now on Sunday.
Oh, you let down.
The gig got put back on, so I was meant to be playing with Adam this weekend and Keith and a couple of others. Had to cancel it the first time because I forgot I was going to a Trivium. Then the gig got cancelled because of the crush at Brixton last year, where people got killed. So Brixton's still shut. So they were like, "Oh, it's off again." So I was like, "Great, I can go to the airsoft event and book back on." And then about a week ago, my mate messages me and goes, "Oh, by the way, they found a new venue now. It's at Hammersmith." So like, right, got to cancel again. So yeah, unfortunately, no airsoft for me this weekend.
Oh, what?
Although I somehow managed to avoid going back onto photos, bringing it back to photos. I somehow managed to avoid Justin and his camera at the jail almost every time. And then the one time he got photos of me last time I was there, the camera died because it was about -7.
That was when we had that cold snap, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Wow. It was the day that it snowed down here. Because I don't know if you guys had it all up north, but camera said no, and it was quite funny because he was driving down pretty much sort of within 5 minutes of my house the next day to go on holiday with his family, and I messaged him like, "Mate, you might just want to know that there's about 3 or 4 inches of snow on the deck here. The roads are fucked, everything." I mean, I left for work, and the other half went out in the morning, and it was fine because she got on there early. But then when I went to go to work later in the day, and a few people had gone over it and compacted it down, I think I managed to go 3 meters in 45 minutes.
That's rough.
Like literally, I couldn't turn my car to get out of where it was parked. So in the end, I just sort of phoned work and said, "Yeah, I can't even get out of my the garage complex out the back of my house. There's no way I'm getting to work." At least I've got the airsoft in though. I have played the jail in the snow before, and that was an interesting experience standing on the sports field in that. Lenny saying we need to get a game at the jail like the old days.
We really do.
And you've got Ludmill saying he's torn between playing and photos for this Sunday.
Do both. Half an hour.
Do both. I suppose that's a great compromise at the end of the day. You can still go and get your game in and try out all these different sites, but then you can go out and get the photos for the other half of the day as well, can't you? And sort of make a little bit of cash out of it as well. If you get a charge for the photos like you do yourself.
It's low numbers. I tend to try and do if there's only because there's only so many photos you can get before it's the same. So if 30, 40 players, I'll do half, get the gun out for the rest. And if it's a crap day anyway, I'll go so I've taken for the morning in the afternoon, and I can post them fresh in everyone's mind. And I think that's that AI. So photos up on the Monday evening, the day after the event, after and that's just because Jasmine had gone taking photos in the morning on the SD card to Jasmine in the afternoon while I'm out taking photos in the afternoon. Saturday on Saturday evening, and I'll take photo. Well, I think she finished off the Saturday, and then vice versa. Brought in the at lunchtime. She'd edit all those, and then she was editing in the car as we were driving home. While everyone, all the hype was still fresh, because it was a decent. It went mad. I think the website had that many, but it just completely dropped.
I could imagine, yeah.
Sorry, 2 secs. I just need to save a cat from destroying something.
Yeah, yeah, that amount of people, it's always going to be busy, isn't it? Everybody's going to be looking for that special shot, as it were.
And I don't know how the shots I did at the chief one, because you couldn't move. I was running with my being pinged in the head and trying to protect the camera. There was one point, the worst moment. I think there was a really small door. It was like service tunnel. A player around the corner, and there was one, and I had the camera sort of, and someone started shooting it, thinking it was the end of. Stop!
Oh,
Camera!
I'd be worried sick about it getting broken.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you do to sort of protect your? Do you have like sacrificial lenses, or is it just very, very good insurance?
I've learned in my not to stand in stupid places.
Yeah, that's a good start.
To be fair,
if only we could follow that advice, Adam?
True that.
It 2 times. So the first camera I had, luckily the lens hasn't been shot at very close calls to the point where shot as I've been pointing the lens at someone. So my thumb and index finger and the lens. But the old camera got shot and taken out. So I had to guess whether or not the photo looked. After I bought my brand on a whole new camera setup, actually the weekend after I'd bought it, to say what my settings are, Marshall, in the middle of nowhere, there was a shot, hit that screen and cracked it. Managed to do it to this day. But I've got a UV filter on the front of the blow, and it's the problem with filters from plastic. But I used to day job. I was working at Specsavers, so I use out lens types and lens materials, and is it completely destroys image. So I won't use polycarbonate one. I'll just shoot me. But other than that, it's literally it's spatial awareness and right in the someone's firing.
Cool. So yeah, I guess really then, what have you got planned for this year? What big events you got coming up?
There's there's a few. So the Warzone event at Camelot March. That's going to be interesting. It's 300 players, and it's really. I mean, we were there for ready for the announcement, and there's really interesting. I mean, there's unfortunately the rides down because people get climbing on them, but there's still all the old soul. people to go in, but like not one of the that sites put up. It's a proper like everything.
That's cool.
And then
Sounds a bit like the Cleethorpes game from AI 500. Very much like they didn't have the rides there anymore, but you still got the structures in place.
Yeah, it was one of my worries that there weren't going to be enough structures, but they've kind of put our minds at rest when they've released that video, and I think I'm going to be going.
Yeah, I was going to say I went from meh to hang on, this may be my first Warzone event.
well, it's funny because it is the first Warzone event.
Well, I mean, the first time I ever play a game with Warzone.
Have you not been yet?
No, it's on the list for this year. Last year, Airsoft sort of had to take a bit of a back seat with moving into a new place and all the other stuff that happened last year. It was a bit of a crazy year going on. So
You've got to make up for it this year.
Yeah, I want to try and get to a few more places this year. Because really and truthfully, all I did last year was a game every month to 6 weeks at the jail, and that was about all I did for Airsoft. But again, as I've said before, it's been tough getting back into it since COVID as well. Like for me personally, getting back into Airsoft, I've just sort of like it's almost like my priorities changed during that, and I need to get back into it and get on playing again more than anything. Because I mean, other than AI 500, I don't remember the last time I got a game in with this loon down here. And then, I mean, I didn't even get to play at Stigma in the end because I had to shoot off on a Sunday for personal reasons. But it's on the list to go to this year, to go to the site. Because I mean, Christ, I've driven past it. I think we actually had a discussion about it a few weeks ago. We were saying about the plane that used to be in front of it, and we were Googling images of it live on the show to figure out what it was and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely on the list to go to.
It's about 15 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit further for me because from here I'm probably going up the M11 across the A14 and then a junction or two up the M6 to get to you guys.
Yeah.
So it's not a sort of I've got to plan a couple of hours travel each side of it as well. That's the trouble down here. That like to get to the good sites, it is a couple of hours travel.
Yeah, it's a bit of a jaunt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why if I've got to do like 3 hours or so, I'll try and book a hotel or something. At least then it's not driving there, shooting all day, then another drive home.
Yeah, this is it. If you can break it up, I mean, if you ever go to South Coast CQB, Adam, I'm planning on getting down there again this year. I can give you a hotel that's 6 minutes away from the site.
Oh, sweet.
So,
be good to see you around. So you got the Warzone event.
So,
what else have we got?
Warzone. So I'll be doing that again. Hoping to get another mag. Every photographer's dream. And then fingers crossed. Providing there's another one, there'll be that too. There's a few events that I'm in talks with. Hopefully I get in with those as well. So fingers crossed.
Watch this space.
Yeah, it all seems like it's going ahead at the minute. Talking for the past couple of days, and they seem on board. Nothing. It's the same with me. So post up in the next couple of days to say fingers crossed. So I've got quite a busy year. Do stuff that's not airsoft as well. So hopefully bits in. I've got something with Ben and Dr. Mize. I do quite a lot with them. So yeah, watch this space.
Cool. We'll definitely watch out for what you're up to. I think we're going to call it a day there for this week. So where can people find you?
Instagram. You've got Samwise Photography. Post most stuff. There's the Facebook page. All the galleries. If you want to see these, I've done that's pictures.co.uk, and then there's the actual website photography.co.uk. So yeah, find me. Yeah, it's usually the best place to find at least Instagram and things like that.
Cool. So yeah, that's it from us this week. Adam will be back next week. Keith and Joe should be back next week. If they're not, I'm going to slap them. We're also going to be joined by Kelly, Femme Fatale Airsoft, next week, and we're going to go through all the announcements of shop. We've sort of a bit disjointed with the schedule, but yeah, we'll be back next Thursday at 8 p.m. Going through everything that's going on at SHOT Show. And yeah, I mean, I've already seen one thing that's going to be showcased, and I'm very, very interested. But we can talk about that briefly after. But yeah, that's it. So, Adam, where can people find you?
Instagram. It's a bit of a mouthful. GT_02.Sierra Golf.
And you can find me facebook.com/Chairsoft Show, YouTube and Twitch. Search for the Chairsoft Show. Find me Instagram at the Chairsoft Show, or email me andy@thechairsoftshow.co.uk. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Thank you very much for tuning in. That's it for now. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Don't be a dick, and we'll see you guys next week on the Chairsoft Show. Bye for now.